Welcome to the throne, where the cardboard shines. Stories in the stats, legends frozen in time. Slow it down with Royal Ripzz, the podcast for the cards you love.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Royal Ripzz Room. I'm your host, RandyRipzz, back with another episode that dives deep into both the sides of the game, the grind inside the hobby, and the emotions that come with being a true fan. This episode is episode 3, Passion, Patience, and the Pain of the Game, presented by Giblet King Sports Cards, where the grind meets greatness and every rip tells a story. Now, I've got a lot on my mind today. We're talking about what it really means to love this game, the ups, the downs, the patience it takes to stay locked in. And after being at the LSU versus Alabama game this past weekend, let me just say, I left that damn stadium with more frustration than celebration. Let's get into it. You know, when I think about sports cards and collecting, it's wild how much it mirrors being a fan of the game. Opening a pack is like kickoff. The rush of the excitement, the unknown, the hope that something big is about to happen. You sit there with your sleeves ready, camera rolling, and your hands shaking just a little bit because every rip could be the one. But here's the truth. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not. Just like your team might not always pull off that win, your box might not hit that massive grail. And that's where the real passion gets tested. Anybody can love the hobby whenever he pulls a banger. Anybody can rep their team when they're undefeated. But the real ones, the ones who love it for real, they're the ones who keep showing up through the dry streaks. That's why I always say collecting isn't about cards, it's about connections. You're connecting with moments, with memories, with players you believed in before the world did. I believed in Jake Fromm before anybody even knew who he was. I still believe in Thaddeus Young. That's the same energy as being a diehard fan. When your team's struggling, but you still wear the jersey, that is love. It's loyalty through the pain, and the loyalty builds character. Because the more you ride through the downs, the more the more the highs mean when they come back around. So whether you're in a collecting slump or watching your team disappoint you like the LSU Tigers and the Saints, remember, both test your patience. And the people who can handle that test, those are the ones who stick around long enough to see greatness. I hope the Saints and LSU Tigers get greatness. Now let's talk about perspective. Perspective is the difference between quitting and growing. Every collector, every fan, every person chasing something, you're going to face moments that make you question, why do you do it? You pull a dud box, your team gets smacked, or life just shows you a curveball. That's where perspective kicks in. Because here's the thing. Passion doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. It means trusting that consistency will pay off, even when the results don't show up right away. Like this podcast. I've only had 5 views per video so far, which is fine. I'm going to continue to stay consistent. You learn more from the cards you don't hit than the ones you do. You learn more from a loss than a blowout win. And if you really care about the game, you start to appreciate the process more than the outcome. The best collectors, they understand long-term value. The best fans, they understand legacy. And the best people, they understand that one bad moment doesn't define the whole journey. If you keep your eyes on the big picture, every setback becomes a setup for something greater. That's what keeps me grounded, knowing that the hard moments don't stop me. They shape me. They shape me into who I am today. They shape me into RandyRipzz, Giblet King Sports Cards. All the hard moments have brought me to where I am today and being a successful sports card reseller and a successful man, period. All right, it's that time. My favorite part of the episode. Y'all know what's coming. The Royal Ripzz. And today, we got to talk about the state of LSU football. Now listen, I was there in Tuscaloosa this past weekend. I watched that LSU versus Alabama game up close, surrounded by fans who bleed purple and gold and who bleed crimson. And I'm going to be honest with you, this might be one of the worst LSU teams I've ever seen when it comes to discipline. I'm not saying we don't have the talent. We have a ton of it. We've got athletes. We've got potential. But talent doesn't mean anything when you play sloppy. And what I saw Saturday night was a team that looked lost. Missed tackles, blown coverages, and a ton of stupid penalties. It felt like every time LSU gained momentum, they found a way to shoot themselves in the foot. That's not SEC football, and that's for damn sure not LSU football. And what makes it worse is the fans still showed up. The energy, the loyalty, the pride, it was all there. But the product on the field did not match the heart in the stands. This program used to stand for something. When you wore that LSU jersey, you've represented toughness, accountability, and pride. Now, it feels like we're just trying to make highlights instead of statements. Being there live, I saw how fast the game changed. Not because of the skill, but because of the mistakes. And that's the part that hurts. I'm not mad that we lost. I'm mad that we didn't compete like LSU should. This isn't about wins and losses. It's about the standard. And right now, that LSU standard is slipping. If LSU wants to get back to where it belongs, it starts with discipline. It starts with accountability, and it starts with remembering what that jersey means. Because the LSU faithful, the Tiger faithful, we don't need perfection. We just need a fight. Go Tigers. After that game, I got to thinking, what LSU is going through right now? It's the same lesson we all face at some point. You can have all the talent, all the hype, all the opportunities in the world, but if you don't stay focused, if you stop doing the small things right, it'll all fall apart. And that's true in the hobby too. The moment you stop staying consistent, you stop showing up, stop learning, stop connecting, that's when the grind starts to fade. Discipline separates the people who want it from the people who actually get it. So whether you're chasing cards, chasing success, or chasing growth, do it with a purpose. Do it with passion. Do it when it's not easy. Because when you learn to stay solid through the losses, you'll be unstoppable when the wins come. Like I always say, every king and queen starts somewhere. Get up, do it, do the small things right, and success will come your way every single time. And that's going to wrap up episode 3 of the Royal Ripzz Room. If you made it this far, you already know this one came straight from the heart. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast at the Royal Ripzz Room and catch the full episode on YouTube at Give the King Sports. I'm your host, RandyRipzz, reminding you to grind with gratitude, rip with purpose, and always keep it royal. See you on the next one.